Could you imagine working alongside your CEO day in, day out, watching their every move in order to clone them with their digital twin? Or you are the next founding member vibe coder for a company that is yet to raise any funding. This is about weird AI jobs and how dystopian they get. Came across this video by Joshua Fluke, and he's looking at this weird job application where a CEO literally just wants you to follow him around. You need to be this expert at just agents, AI, all things AI. You just shadow him in meetings, and just basically, I mean, to be honest, I kind of low key think this would be an amazing job, but I think it's this dystopian idea of what he wants to do with this information. So you'll build agents to respond to emails. This CEO just seemingly wants to completely remove himself from the equation of doing his job.
But is that not like the job of like a business person? Like as a businessman, you want to the tasks that you just repeat, don't you want to like potentially give them to somebody who can do it just as good as you and maybe even better?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you systemize as much as possible. I just think that it's an interesting, and by the way, I haven't said whether this is right or wrong. I think low-key, I would love this job just to just build systems and things like that to replace him. But I think it doesn't necessarily want to improve on anything. He basically just doesn't want to do his job anymore. And there is room for a CEO. I do think there is room for a CEO. There's a room for a CEO to set the vision of the company, to steer it in a direction. And if he's basically replacing himself with all of that, he won't be clued into the company at all, because I do think there's an element of like knowing how things get done in order to then improve them or guide or whatever. This is the success metrics here: 5 production agents live by day 30% reduction in VP calendar load time, 2 external media features or conference demos by month 6.
Like my main issue with this is context. Like there is no AI, no amount of like AI that can match even remotely the context of a human being in this specific need. Like as a CEO, as even like even if you are like leading a small team, you need to have such a huge context and also memory of the past, and also what you want to do in the future. The context is just not there, because with AI and automation, you do these smaller things, like you can reply to emails, but having all that context and do it, I don't see any AI doing this. But like the direction is very interesting. And I mean, I want this with my team. So I have a project manager on my team, and I want her to be the second me. I want her to reply to clients the way that I would reply, and potentially better, right? I want to replace myself. And I saw this also on a Mr. Beast video, where Mr. Beast mentioned this, that with a bunch of his friends that are in his videos, he did this. He trained them to be second him. So he trusts that if somebody goes to them and they ask them a question, they answer the way that Mr. Beast would. And if they show him a piece of work that they've done, they would note on it the way Mr. Beast himself would do, because they spent such a significant amount of time with him that they would know what he would reply to a certain type of.
You're always going to encounter new information, new challenges, right? And again, like identifying repeatable systems and processes and whatever. Like I answer the same email like every single day. Everyone asks me the same questions. Okay, build a process for it. I do the same thing every single week and it takes an hour of my time. Okay, build an automation for it. Something like this. So I totally get where you can identify the same thing, that you can tell someone, by the way, when someone asks you this, say that. That's fine. But it will never be able to think for you. Like it might be able to give you a best estimate, but
Yeah.
I don't think as a CEO I could ever trust that AI is ever going to do the right thing all of the time based on previous information. Like I just don't trust that it's ever going to be able to do that, because again, AI is derivative. It's based on previous information. That's where I think this falls over, that they're never going to innovate. They're never going to progress. I hope that
Yeah.
it's only doing this on repeatable systems. I hope that part of this application process is like identify things that I do over and over and over again, because though, and I totally commend that, but it's where the innovation happens is where I'm hesitant to offset to a complete AI. I don't want a robot doing my job. Like, and I often encounter new things a lot, or at least it's the same thing but with a new perspective, or a slight twist, But then there's this last one here, which is an expert level vibe coder, basically, which goes back to what we were saying earlier. If we go to here, they want 4 years software engineering experience. So, and strong Python, Node, TypeScript, Postgres, MongoDB knowledge, all this kind of stuff. They're essentially what I interpret this as is that they want a developer who knows what they're doing, but they want the efficiencies of vibe coding. Whatever that, I don't know whether they understand vibe coding correctly, but they just want an efficient AI coder. Also, probably someone like me, to be honest. I'll probably be a good candidate for this because, like, I'm totally into coding, but I'm not afraid to use AI, and I sort of feel like I know where the efficiencies are gained and where the efficiencies are lost with AI coding. So we're seeing more and more of these. I hope that this becomes a series or something of just weird AI jobs. But it'd be interesting to keep note of. If you see anything, bring it to the table, is what I'm saying.
So are you saying that AI is making us better communicators?
I think better communicators are going to be the standout prompt engineers.
Yeah.
I know people hate that terminology, but I think better communicators, they're already, they're so used to knowing where people fail and where they like, oh shit, it goes back to the GPT hybrid thinking mode, like tell it to think or tell it to back off. Tell it to not think as hard, and then it will go to GPT-5 Lite, right? I'm used to working with freelancers. I'm used to like kind of telling them like, don't spend too long on this. This isn't going to make or break this project, this whatever it is you're doing. So hopefully people will get better at communicating, because they're going to be frustrated that AI is not doing what they want it to do.
So there is a level of micromanagement in it. So you tell AI to, how to spend the time and what to focus on. And
and they will never complain about micromanagement.
They're happy to do it.
This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.